Ape Society over here is, literally one of the, like, moving into the DeFi aspect of this with lending pond. Apes are going to be able to be used as collateral to borrow ADA. And so basically you can put your NFT up for ADA. And I did listen to a space because they had like 120 something people. It's like all the Ape Society founders, Lending Pond, and then, Chronic and Christy were hosting it. But Lending Pond is, if you've heard of Acronym DAO, which we were supposed to cover earlier on in the year. We just somehow, dude, just
talked about a lot during CNFT live though. There was
yeah,
a topic during
we just kept getting busy and then somehow missed out on really covering it in full the way that we wanted to. But Acronym DAO, these guys are now, are now lending. They got Lending Pond going on, and this Lending Pond literally is allowing you to stake, especially your rare NFTs, putting them up for collateral. So say I have my blue clay right now, let's use that as an example. I don't want to sell that, right? There's no way I'm selling that thing, but every now and then, hey, you know what, there's a new mint coming out, or there's, these spoopies, I got some snipes on the secondary that I can go ahead and grab, and then I want to flip for double what it is. Well, hey, these guys, you know what, I'm going to go put my guy up for collateral. I'm going to take it out for 4 weeks or whatever it is. And I value my clay at 10,000 ADA, whatever it is. And they're going to go ahead and say, you know what, well, 60% of that is what we're willing to lend you. So I'm going to say, yes, I'd want 6,000 ADA from you guys.
I like that a lot, because then it's obviously it's a risk there, right? But obviously if you could capitalize on that extra ADA that you're getting by just using an NFT that you have, and then maybe flipping other shit that you're seeing on the market that has potential to moon, you could really make some money from that. That's a good idea. I like that.
It is a great offers a whole new level of, just, investment strategy.
Absolutely.
When it comes to this stuff right now, right? Like you can really start to play around with stuff. And the cool thing,
especially if you don't have maybe as much ADA to spend, always like liquid, like maybe you're in a few projects, you're not trying to sell them, you're in those for the long term. That's why you bought them in the first place.
Exactly.
But you see opportunities where you could be jumping in a few things and make a little bit of money. And now you can kind of get in and get your a position that way and kind of make some safe space for yourself, some extra ADA.
Well, just take for an example, right? Like say like back in the day, like you knew like Chill Kongs were doing well, and you knew like, hey, you know what? I got a feeling that they're going to jump floor really high with all these new announcements right here. I don't have enough ADA to mint, or not to mint, but to even just buy a few off the secondary that I want to go ahead and flip later on. But I do have this super rare NFT that I'm going to go ahead and take out, like you said, a loan on. I got 4 weeks to pay it back. And, they do different loan periods. Some guy literally did it, and they do them like 24-hour loan periods. But depending on what it is, this one, just using an example of the one in here, 4 weeks, they took out an $1,800 loan off of clay. They have an interest of 2%, I think, is what you automatically pay. It's all in smart contracts too for Lending Pond. So if I want to go ahead and put this up, I say I borrow an 1,800 ADA, I put the 2% fee into that, add that into whatever whatever my initial investment into, to pay the interest up front is, pay that. And then on top of that, on the way back, they're going to say, I'm going to charge you a 7% interest rate on that as well. So when that 4 weeks ends, you either pay them back what you borrowed with your interest, and hopefully by then you've flipped your NFT and you made all your profit back, and then you have more than enough to pay them back for what they gave you. And the opposite of that is that, say you don't, and you ran out of ADA and your investment failed. Worst thing that's going to happen to you, which again, it could be, it's the risk, is they are now able to claim your NFT back to them. So they will take your NFT as collateral. So you'll lose your NFT if you default on the loan.
Sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit, though. You gotta go for it.
Sure.